one of the difficulties we will face this season, and we have to show that we can continue to play the way we want.
Oh yes, what a strike!
Doesn't feel too long since the season ended, but we're now looking ahead to season 2021-22. The fixtures are out today for Leeds United and the Premier League, and we're going to take a look through them with former Leeds United legends Tony Dorigo and Jermaine Beckford. Tony, it's always an exciting day, isn't it? Because suddenly you start looking ahead, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's just surprising how quickly it's come around this time. Suddenly we're back thinking about the Premier League again, with the Euros still going on. However, once they did come out, and of course that first game, that gets you going, doesn't it? Manchester United away. So yeah, to finally see who we're going to be playing is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and Jermaine, as a sort of former player, is that the kind of thing you'd take much notice to the fixture day, or is it just, would it have just washed over you?
Nah, you don't pay any attention to it. Of course you do. Of course you do, especially with that opening fixture as well. It's incredible, and it's one of those games that you really look forward to, obviously being back in the big time for the second season in a row after such a long time out. It's exciting. It's such an exciting time.
Yeah, there's lots to digest, but as you've already, you can't not mention it really from the off here. That opening game, it's an away game at Manchester United, of course, in August. We'll wait and see what the actual time and fixture for that is, but it's really exciting. It's the kind of game, Jermaine, that, you know, if you were to score a winner at Old Trafford, I mean, you could dine off that forever, couldn't you, really?
I don't know. Have we got anybody that has? Yeah, honestly, it's to be able to play there first and foremost with Leeds United representing this club is incredible, as you know, and to get the winner as well is something special also. But you know, we're talking about a Premier League fixture. You know, all the boys that played there last season. Unfortunately, the result wasn't what we wanted it to be, but the performance was amazing. You know, and they'll be looking to right the wrongs of last season and kick on and take the 3 points this time.
Yeah, fans of Leeds United WhatsApps will have been pinging as soon as that came out. It's Man United away. It's a huge game. Look, you play everyone twice in a season, don't you? So it doesn't really matter in many ways. But to have that as the opener really sort of sets the sight on the start of the season and gives you that first target.
It does. I think that's always important as well. You know, Jermaine, pre-season, you know, you're doing these running things and games. You think, oh my God, all you want is that first game. So now you've got something to focus on. And Manchester United is a great thing to focus on. I think also it's not our first season back. You know, now they know what we're about. You know, we can play. We can go there and give them a great game. And I think for the fans, fingers crossed, it all goes okay and we can get, you know, a full house there. It will be absolutely electric. It's going to be a great day.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Leeds United under Marcelo Bielsa, they've started seasons well, haven't they? You know, they go in as, if not better prepared than anyone. So if you're going to play one of those big ones, why not just get stuck right in?
Exactly, same as we did last season. You know, we had Liverpool first game of the season. Again, unfortunate result in terms of not picking up any points, but performance-wise, everybody, it made the whole footballing world, the footballing community, really take notice. Leeds United are here to stay. What a performance that was, and I'm looking for another performance very similar, which I'm certain we're going to get. But as you mentioned, Tony mentioned before, everybody knows what to expect now, and you know, it's not how many goals are Manchester United going to win by. It's how many goals are Leeds United going to score. You know, defensively we're much better than we were the beginning half of last season. Fingers crossed, we have a great pre-season, which I'm pretty sure we will do, and Bielsa's going to have the boys firing on all cylinders again come first game of the season.
Because if you think right at the start when Bielsa first come, and that game against Stoke City, I'm thinking if we can get anything out of this game, because Stoke are supposedly the favourites, this, that, and that, we wiped the floor with them. So what we do know is we'll be ready, we'll be fit, absolutely raring to go. Signings, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? See who we actually get and the timing that we get them in. But there's no doubt for that first game, we will be ready.
Do you remember the time when we were worried about getting some points off Stoke? That seems a long time ago now, doesn't it?
That does seem a long time, thankfully.
That was a strange sort of flashback then, wasn't it? Will we get anything from Stoke on the opening day of the season? Let's just look, because I guess you sort of take these into blocks, really, don't you, when you look at the fixtures? And I guess as staff at Ellen Royal, they'll be looking, right, this is what we've got coming up at the start. So the first 6, Manchester United away, as we've already said. First home game is Everton at home, Burnley away, Liverpool at home, Newcastle away, and then West Ham at home. So that first game at home against Everton, who we had mixed joy from last season, didn't we?
We did. I thought away we were fantastic. We played extremely well, but here, of course, they made it a little bit more difficult for us. So, yeah, you're trying to look out where you're going to get those first 3 points. So I'm going first game, so it doesn't really matter. Absolutely, aim for the first one. But yeah, there's some difficult ones, home and away. And as always, you look on paper to see what they're like. It never quite works out that way. So, but some tasty fixtures nonetheless. Yeah.
And listen, Everton are going through a moment as well where they've lost their manager. He decided to up and leave, and he's gone to Real Madrid. And you can't take away the importance of a team losing their manager at the end of the season. Nobody's been appointed as of yet, and the players are not going to know what they're coming into. So there's an element of uncertainty which could play a major part in our favour as well. So we'll
I think it's interesting with those managers as well, that those top class managers are able to bring in some players that you might not have thought of. So James Rodriguez going to Everton.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have thought that, but because of course the manager is Ancelotti, that's why he comes. So we don't know yet. So their summer spending might be a bit now unsure. So let's see how they come out of it.
And of course we've got a taste of it on the final day of the season, but we can see behind us preparations with the pitch getting underway for the start of the season as well. To have hopefully a full house in here for that Everton game, to really get Leeds United's return to the Premier League era really underway with proper noise is going to be something, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's something that I can't wait to see. The back end of last season, we had a few fans here, and it was incredible in terms of the atmosphere, the sound. I was talking to a few of the guys and girls doing the commentary as well during that game, and they couldn't believe the sound levels of, 8,000 fans?
We had to turn the old sound up in our ear because so much was going on. It wasn't only
mental,
Victor Orta. There was a load of other people in the stadium. It was great.
Victor was almost drowned out. You almost couldn't hear him. But I can't wait. I cannot wait for this place to be bouncing completely full, stacked again. And just to see the streets outside busy, although I am enjoying being able to just come in and leave very quickly as well, but...
there's 16 years of pent-up frustration and another year in lockdown. Wow, it's going to be off the scale.
Yeah, we look at those first home games because, home form, and it's interesting, isn't it, last season with the away statistics just generally slightly skewed from what we've normally seen in the Premier League or just generally in football, possibly because of fans not being in stadium. Maybe that's the reason why. But home form, you look at that and, Eddie Gray will always say your season is successful based mainly normally on your home form, isn't it? And you look at those first games, Everton, Liverpool, West Ham are the first 3. What a season. And then you've got newly promoted Watford, which will be the first of the newly promoted teams coming up as well. So those first 4 games, Watford will be buzzing to be coming back here as well. And the other 3 about that are teams that have done pretty well.
Yeah, especially West Ham, finished off in the European spot. For them, that's huge. They'll be full of beans as well. Obviously, I don't know if they'll have Jesse Lingard, who was a major part of why they managed to finish off the season so well. But, listen, when this place is packed to the rafters, it's a fortress. Coming here, playing against Leeds United is such a difficult thing to do at the best of times, let alone when there's fans in here.
And I think that's what needs to happen, doesn't it, this season? And I think you said it's slightly skewed last season. Completely skewed. It was upside down, wasn't it? The way the home and away records are. So hopefully it gets back to normal, because you're right, we need to make this place an absolute fortress. And we've had a season of that. And if we can get off to a good start here against the teams you mentioned, then suddenly this place will be difficult to come to again.
Tony, how important is the form you take from the back end of one season into the next season? Because if you look at Leeds United's form, those last 10 games alongside Liverpool, the best in the league. They are taking with them. It's a big period in between, but they're taking in momentum, aren't they?
I love the way you think, Rich. I really do. And so when you do win the last 10, it's great. You take that momentum. When you've lost them, it doesn't matter at all. It's got nothing to do with it. It's a new season. So you take what you can. But we played fantastic towards the end of the season. We were strong. Did we run out of puff? No, we didn't. We had so much left. And we're going to have the same sort of energy, no doubt, from that first game. But I can see us, looking at that first game, being ready and starting quickly. That's the only way we play. But we're going to be right on it.
Jermaine, when you finish the season strongly as a player, it just leaves you on a high, presumably going into that summer period and then into pre-season of like, right, let's continue where we were at and let's go again.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. And we're seeing that now with the boys that are playing in the Euros. There's a lot of the team that we've got at the moment, a lot of the players that we have in the team at the moment that are performing at such a high level. It's to be expected, and they're going to take that form and bring it into the following season. I've always enjoyed finishing the season strongly because then you enjoy your summer. Yeah. And when you enjoy your summer, you enjoy pre-season that little bit more as well.
You never enjoyed pre-season.
I never enjoyed pre-season at all. I always tried to find a way out of it. I tried to perfect certain aspects of my game, mainly scoring goals.
Not the long running.
No. I tried to avoid that. Short and sharp for me.
Just looking forward to some of the other fixtures. I mean, if we move on to the Christmas period, for example, it's so busy. In fact, the back end of November into December and through to the new year, there's sort of kind of 6 games pretty much in quick succession, really.
Easy for you to say.
Exactly, yeah. Just looking at it is making me not able to speak. Chelsea away on the 11th. Then Man City away on the 15th. I mean, just start with those two. That's how you start your Christmas, right?
Well, absolutely. And out of those, we got 3 points the last season. So let's see if we can improve somehow. But no, you've got to play these teams. We know we're not going to be fazed by it. They're ones to look forward to, aren't they? I mean, they're going to be great games of football. But yeah, back-to-back is going to be a little challenge. But these boys, they rise to the challenges.
It continues after that, though, isn't it?
Does it?
It's Chelsea, City. Sorry, if you thought it was just the two. Sorry. Chelsea, City away. Then you've got Arsenal and Liverpool at home. Yeah. Liverpool being the boxing. Arsenal at home, and then Liverpool away being the Boxing Day game. Liverpool away, and then Aston Villa at home as well. So I mean, it's a great.
Points.
But we looked at April last year, didn't we? When the fixtures came out, that was all the talk, wasn't it? It was April last year. Oh, look at that! And towards that part of the season, how's it going to go? And it was one of our best months.
This is the thing for me as a player, as an ex-player. Been a while now. You look forward to that. You look forward to playing every couple of days because it doesn't matter what's happened. If you've played a game and you've won, you go into the next game a couple of days later full of energy, full of enthusiasm. If you've lost, you've only got a couple of days until you're playing again to right the wrongs and to perfect the things that you didn't quite do well. So it is a busy one in terms of the actual teams that we're up against. Will it be difficult? Yeah, but it will be difficult for those guys to play against us. So take everything with a pinch of salt. I can't wait, and I know for a fact every single one of the boys that have seen those the fixtures will be looking forward to it as well. They can't wait.
I saw someone tweet this morning actually that looking at the fixtures doesn't fill you with as much fear as maybe it did this time last year because we've been there, we've had that season, we've had such a successful season as well. You do look at it now and you look at how Leeds performed and you think, we go toe to toe with everyone.
Yeah, exactly, and that's testament to Marcelo Bielsa, to the backroom staff, to the players, to the fans as well, because everybody that's connected with this club has made it a fortress, a team to admire. We've picked up so many neutral fans that love the way we play, they love the way we approach the games. There's no fear. And that's got to be a key aspect, a key element of it.
And I think you look at it the other way, turn it around. Now, if you've got 3 or 4 games in a short space of time, and one of them is going to be Leeds United, you're thinking, they're going to run us.
Don't want that.
Absolutely ragged. And that you need to take that positives from that as well.
Yeah, let's just look towards the back end of the season, which it feels like a crazy thing to do, but that's what we do. The fixtures are out, so we're going to take a look at where they are. And the final 6, Chelsea at home, Palace away, City at home, so it's those reverse fixtures there as well. Arsenal again away, and then the 2 last ones, Brighton and Hove Albion at home, and then we finish with an away trip down to Brentford. And it's one of those things with a team like Brentford, who knows how they're going to get on next season at this stage. We're not going to know until much nearer the time, aren't we?
Don't say it.
I'm not saying anything.
Don't say it, because you never know what happens. I mean, these seasons, the way they are, you look at obviously Sheffield United and how they performed after their second season back, and so anything can happen. So all those fixtures, we don't know what will be riding on them or not. It could be us getting into Europe, or it might be who knows what it's going to be. But yeah, tasty fixtures nonetheless. But you're looking way too ahead, mate. Come on,
it's a fixture list.
Okay.
You're a former player, so you just look at our first game.
I'm looking at those games.
I'm looking Brentford away. What's going to happen on that day? With the teams that have been promoted, Jermaine, what's your opinion on those ones? They've done brilliantly to get up. Anyone who can get out of the Championship, as we've seen, it's not an easy task to do. What are your thoughts on those teams coming up?
Well, 2 of the 3 that I expected to bounce back up have done. It's been a bizarre journey for Watford. Obviously, they've had a couple of issues off the field, but I expected them to come up. Brentford, obviously, they were very unfortunate the season before. Playoff final, didn't quite work out for them. Replaced Ollie Watkins with another goal scorer. And it seems like they have finally managed to get it right. And obviously being in the Premier League first season back, first season in their history, is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Another London team.
Another London team, yeah.
Hey,
We've already
saw that.
exactly. The hoodoo's gone. There isn't one
It
anymore,
was
so that's fine.
brought it up again.
Sorry.
Doesn't exist.
I'm going to ask you almost an impossible question, so forgive in advance. But what the aspirations for the team be going into this season? Last season we've got to stay up. That's the main thing to secure Premier League status. They've done that. They've done that and some more as well. Almost overachieved in some way. So looking ahead to this season, what's realistic targets?
It's not a difficult question to answer because your aspirations have to be to improve. Simple as that. You always want to go up to that next level. So where we finished 9th, now you've got to be looking on the tail end of those European spots. Simple as that. So that's got to be the aim. The plans we've got for this club are big and huge, and we want to get mix it with the big boys. But the natural next step, and it's not a little one either. There's a bit of a step there, but if we can aim for that 8th, 7th, 6th spot, that's what we're going for. Absolutely.
I agree with what Tony's saying, but first and foremost, it's about cementing our position in the Premier League, which
absolutely.
Is,
if we
is
can
paramount.
do that in February or so, then we can go for the rest. Is that
Yeah. If we could do it in like November, December times, that would be great.
I'm going to ask you the same question after we get 3 points at Old Trafford. The only day of the
Easy.
season.
Gladly.
See how we're all feeling there. Just before we wrap up, I do want to mention one thing, because obviously the Euros are going on at the moment. We've got players all over the place, which might affect all teams, players coming back late and what have you. But certainly, just wanted to mention Kalvin Phillips, especially after that performance. We're filming this ahead of the second group stage game.
Yeah.
I mean, how impressed, how proud did we all feel to see Kalvin Phillips doing his thing as a sort of man of the match performance against Croatia in that opening game at Wembley?
So it comes as no surprise to myself, to anybody that's associated with Leeds United, because we've seen him week in, week out doing exactly the same, performing the exact same way and leading the line really, really well. The surprise for me is that everybody else is surprised by it. And it's a shock to everybody that hasn't been watching it. I know a lot of people in the media industry and everybody at the beginning of the season was saying, is he a little bit overhyped? Is it a bit premature? I said no, for the reasons that everybody's starting to see now. So it doesn't surprise me, and I'm super proud of him. I know his family are really proud as well, and the club even more so.
He's done fantastic, he really has. I wish he'd just calm down a little bit, because we want to make sure he stays here for many a year, Well, what can I say? I think you're right, Jermaine. We always knew what he can do. I mean, some of the performances he's put in for Leeds United, has been incredible. What he's now doing is that next level up, and to do it against the Croatians, in a tournament situation, and to shine like he did is fantastic. I looked at him playing with Declan Rice, and sometimes that holding too. How's that going to work? Well, he doesn't hold now, Kalvin.
No,
Kalvin
he's
moves
a bit more
forward.
advanced.
He's playing, and the challenges he was making. Like everyone, really proud of him. Done fantastically well. Come home safe, Kalvin, and get back to Leeds United. But I tell you what, he's doing us proud.
Yeah, both feel England can go deep into the tournament.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty open. Some good performances, obviously Italy, France. But why not? Why not indeed?
Keep playing Kalvin. It will be all right.
All right, good stuff. Jermaine, Tony, thank you so much for joining us then. So the fixtures are out today. It all begins in August. That away trip at Old Trafford against the old foes of Manchester United. You'll be able to follow all the action, of course, here on LUTV.